All right, well, I figured I'd show this here in Fusion 360, which is where I originally modeled it out. It's pretty straightforward. You can see here the redwood planks that I used. Those are just kind of trimmed to length, really simple. Similarly, there's the cross members, which are just steel rectangular tubing cut to length. Nothing too amazing about that. Uh, the bulk of the complexity in the build was just designing and building these brackets, making sure we had a height that worked well for our use case, and then just assembling it real quick on the fly. Here's a detailed view, just of isolated view of the part. This is basically exactly how I ended up building it. The only difference is I kind of spec'd a nylon cap. I figured that would prevent things from snagging on, but I couldn't find a cap that fit the dimensions of rectangular tubing that I used, and so I just never added one and instead took a flat disc sander and smoothed everything out so that it doesn't snag, and that works pretty well. There's definitely a lot more welds here than you need to do. I was just having fun with it. But here, if we look back at this and just kind of look at the shape, you can see that I wanted a big pad to go on top of the edge, the rails of the bed. In my setup, right, I have a camper shell, and so that camper shell actually is what this is pressing down against, and so it's actually fiberglass and not the plastic or the metal that is part of the F-150 itself. And so I wanted to give a good contact pad to prevent from having too much force in one place. It realistically would have been fine with less, but this just made me feel more comfortable that I wouldn't crack the fiberglass. And you can see here too that this utilizes the fact that the rails kind of extend inward, so there's more support structure that's kind of beneath it, and gets that this is kind of a bit of a C shape, so it gets all of that force directly in line, and honestly just worked really, really, really well. Keeps everything out of the way. There's nothing here to snag on as you pull things in and out, pull sleeping bags or whatnot, sleeping pads, mattresses. So yeah, I'm going to keep a link to both of these files. Fusion 360 is a pretty good tool. I use it for just about all my personal 3D modeling because it's free for non-commercial and personal use, and I think even for like low revenue commercial applications. So anyway, if you want a bill of materials, don't have that put together, but if there's any requests for that, I can try to dig that up. Or if you have any other questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments. All right, thanks for watching.